2013, we did Superbowl, and I was coming off of feeling uninspired by dance, and I just sent the text to her creative director, and I was like, I see you guys are doing Super Bowl. If you need a dancer, I'm available. And he was like, absolutely. And I was like, what? It's not that simple. Like, this is God.
Like who would not want to be able to just send a text, send a message, hey.
Like, what are the odds? I just was
Jay-Z, Hove, if you're watching,
I mean,
you need me in the back, whatever, I'm available.
I've been dying to be a rapper.
See?
In the back of my mind, in my dreams. But yeah, in 2013, we were auditioning without even knowing we were auditioning for the Mrs. Carter World Tour. And once again, like, I'm just there. I'm having a blast. Like, I truly, thoroughly enjoy dancing. If you see me out in the streets, you know. Just know I'm doing it because I love it, not because I'm trying to show up. I breathe it.
Welcome, everybody, to another episode of the We Won't Quit podcast. I'm your host, Mike Humes. Always excited that I get a chance to bring some amazing people who embody my quote that it's impossible to stop a man or woman who will not quit. This week is no exception. Still in NYC, hanging out with the world-renowned Dnay. Just phenomenal. You may have seen her on, if you follow her, you've seen her everywhere. I know my daughter follows her because she is in that dance world and you're one of her heroes. So I'm so excited to have you here.
Thank you so much. I'm happy to be here.
Glad to have you. Look, I know you were just running from your son's performance this morning. So
his very first performance ever in life.
Wow, his very first.
Very first.
Yeah, you never can get that first back.
You can. I'm so happy I was here.
I'm happy you were there too. So are you one of those parents that like kind of record everything, have it all up and just kind of?
I'm absolutely the parent that really, you think I'm recording everything, but I'm really only recording my child.
That's it.
So I can't send it to nobody else.
It's not for anybody. It's just for you and King,
me and
right?
the family. Yes, I got to put in the group chat.
So I was that father. I'm a girl dad. I got two daughters, and my oldest is about to graduate in dance, right? Wow. So of course she's ready to
take over the world.
Yeah, exactly.
For me.
Exactly. So, but I was that father that had the camcorder, the phone. Like they used to call me like Eyewitness News because I recorded everything.
That was my mom.
They know it. And my friends say they know because they've seen it as I've grown. So tell me about yourself. Tell me about, Dnay. I mean, I know folks know Dnay, the dancer. Tell us something that, and some may not know. So let us know.
Well, I'm Dnay, born and raised in Harlem, still in Harlem. I'm a mom to one son. He's 4. I waited a very long time to have him. My parents did not think he was ever going to come, but he did. And I had him at the most perfect time in my life. I was actually able to sit down for the year, or not really. I never really sat down, but we were supposed to be doing Coachella with Beyonce that year, 2017, and she popped up with a whole 2 babies. So I told all the girls, I was like, this is the time, y'all. Everybody go home. Let's do it. Let's all have babies right now. They could be growing up together. We could tour and we could have a nanny.
So y'all just choreographed the whole thing, everybody?
I'm the only one that stuck to the plan. Okay. So it's just
Beyonce
me.
Stuck to it as well.
Well, so yes, it was. She clearly initiated it without even knowing.
Got it.
But none of the other dancers did. It was just me. But it's cool. I was very happy. And I was still able to make it back the next year to actually do Coachella. So that's a fun fact.
That's amazing. So you all both were pregnant at the same time. Coachella how was your son doing Coachella? Or was it shortly after?
He was like 6 weeks when we went out for
6
rehearsal.
6 weeks? Mm-hmm. Wow, when you started preparing for that.
Yeah, like when we flew. He did his first flight at 6 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah. And I was rehearsing. I was breastfeeding him. I would be like, guys, I just need a little moment. And they would be like, only if you give King a kiss from us. And I'd be like, you got it. I'm like, it was intense.
So it's a real family atmosphere.
It is. I started with being like 2011. So she's really watched me grow up, literally. Like, I was a stick when I started with her, 110 pounds. And so she watched me okay, baby girl. And now I'm a full woman. So it's really nice.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So to go through that journey of your growth, obviously watching her career grow, and just from seeing you perform next to her, you're like right there, like you're the principal. That's what it's called, right? Principal dancer,
Yeah, it
principal.
is.
Yeah,
I've become a principal, but I started in the chorus. Like, let's think about it. I started.
So yeah, talk about that. How did that journey, that transformation of moving with the? I mean, there's only one beat.
Ladder, yeah. Right. So what did I do with her first? We did Billboard and Oprah's finale performance. And I think it was like 50 girls for one performance and like 75 girls for another performance. So I was like one of those like in that large group. And it's someone very special told me, like, the camera will always find you if it's meant to. And literally, like, my mom was like, that's my baby. Because I got like the most perfect shot. And it was like I had all this attitude. And everybody was like, wow, you were really up there. But once again, it was like 1 out of 75 people. So right. What are the odds? And then just fast forwarding to like we did the Countdown music video. And I'm in there just after being 1 of 75, and I'm showing her this dance that like we do in Harlem where you put the bottle in the middle and you like dance around it and try not to kick it over. And I'm like talking and explaining it, and she's like, whose voice is that? Like, she was confused, and she's like, your voice does not match your dance ability. And I'm like, you've seen me dance? I was confused. She was like, yeah, girl, like, you're very talented.
So she pays attention to every single
person in the
detail.
room.
Wow.
Every detail and every person in the room. Like, she finds magic. Like, everybody that's in the room is supposed to be there because her team hand selects them, and she goes through that pile, and she like she's very involved. So I thought that was very special. Yeah. So, and then just fast forward, it just kept going and going and going. We did like 2013. We did Superbowl, and I was coming off of feeling uninspired by dance, and I just sent the text to her creative director, and I was like, I see you guys are doing Superbowl. If you need a dancer, I'm available. And he was like, absolutely. And I was like, what? It's not that simple. Like, this is God.
Like, who would not want to be able to just send a text, send a message, hey,
like, what are the odds? I just was
Jay-Z,
like,
Hove, if you're watching,
I mean,
you need me in the back, whatever, I'm available.
I've been dying to be a rapper.
See?
In the back of my mind, in my dreams. But yeah, in 2013, we were auditioning without even knowing we were auditioning for the Mrs. Carter World Tour. And once again, like, I'm just there. I'm having a blast. Like, I truly, thoroughly enjoy dancing. If you see me out in the streets, you know. Just know I'm doing it because I love it, not because I'm trying to show up. I breathe it.
Right. So how did that start? Like, I mean, obviously folks who have watched you grow, I mean, you're at the pinnacle when you get to Beyonce. And I don't want to say pinnacle because I know it's so much more out there for you. But how did it start? Because I know it doesn't just start with...
In life?
Yeah, well, yeah, you can go all the way back if you want. But
it's very simple. I just started dancing in the streets, and I've just been dancing in the streets.
And never stopped.
Like talent shows, like the underground talent shows, or like dance groups. We used to practice at the park, practice on the side of the church on 135th, across from the school. Wherever there was an outlet, that's where we practice. Right. I'm not technically trained. I don't do ballet. Like, shout out to your daughter for really studying.
So here's the thing. And when she started college as a dance major, and she didn't go to a HBCU, she's not technically trained in ballet. And a lot of those girls came in technically trained. Right. And so she was saying how tough it was. But I mean, you literally had no technical training.
No, none.
And have worked your way up to the very top.
None. Like, I'm sure your daughter just has like an eye. So I naturally have an eye for things. Like, I watched a lot of Soul Train growing up and a lot of music videos. So you see like the people on Soul Train, everybody there is special that they feature like down the Soul Train line. Like, everybody is doing things that come from foundational dance without even naturally maybe knowing it. Right. They're hitting lines, which is what you learn in ballet, like posture, being poised, and all of this. Like, I'm naturally seeing, so I'm picking it up. I watched a lot of music videos. I watched a lot of dance classes. I didn't go to these things. I was like, and by the time I was old enough to go, I was like, I don't want to lose my raw edge. I was so like, I don't want to lose my raw edge. Ridiculous, but
no, that's good.
I
like,
mean, it was
that's so
special.
key.
But I also, and what I appreciated about Beyonce's job, Mrs. Carter World Tour, is that all the girls were so different. And so I studied them. Once I booked the tour, I watched every performance that I could find on YouTube of every girl so that I could take a piece of them and add them to my repertoire.
Wow.
So all the ballet girls, I was like, baby, I may not be flexible, but I'm going to get this leg up. Like just all the little things that people may have overlooked. Like I really understood them so that I could be their book, and I want to dance beside you. I don't want to dance by myself. And I was super raw starting out with Beyonce. I was making the talent show faces, like super crazy, like I'm killing it faces that don't really work on stage or music videos, but they work over here, but they didn't work over there. But I had to grow and understand, like, okay, these girls have been here for this long and they don't do this. So Dnay, maybe just dial it back a little. Don't lose your raw edge, but keep a lot and add a little. And that's how we came up with this whole young lady you see today.
It's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Inspiring.
Thank you.
Like you can feel your energy too. Like you in the whole room, you exude energy.
Thank you. And
you walked in with
no
energy.
Coffee yet.
Right. See, I tried to hook you up with some.
But no. I'm just saying, it's just natural. Some people need a pickup.
Oh, right, yeah.
Pick me up.
No.
I love coffee. I can drink it all day. So imagine how I would have cartwheeled in here if I had it.
Yeah, so that would have been great.
Thank you.
Been fun. So, having gone through that journey, not losing your edge, right? Being able to be Dnay,
right?
Which is what I would say has made you.
Thank you.
Because so many people change who they are or kind of conform to who they think the world wants them to be versus, you know what I mean, being you.
Right.
And that's why she heard you, she spotted you. So do you have that same eye for other talents?
I do. Yeah. It's really, I think it's really, really special. And I think it's something God really blessed me with. I really can spot talent. I understand it. I appreciate it. Like no matter what, if you're trained, if you're not trained, like if it's something special about you, I can really see it. And I bring people with me. Like if people are looking for a dancer, I'm like, baby, this job, if it's for you and I'm gonna put you in a position to have this, if it's for you, it's gonna be for you. I'd be like, yo, I saw this girl at this show and she was fire. And the girl was in the back, she wasn't the featured girl, but it was something so special. This is just one story. It was something so special about this girl. I just saw it in her. It was all over her, but she didn't understand it yet. And they were looking for dancers for 2016 Super Bowl. And I was like, I know this girl. If she get here, can she do the show? They were like, if she can get here, we need extra girls here. She could do the show if she could get here. Baby, she was already in LA. They ain't know, but she was on a plane, and I didn't know she was flying back to New York. I called her. I was like, yo, you got to where are you? You got to come down here right now. She's like, I'm on the plane. I said, baby, this is your opportunity. Get off the plane. I want them to see you so bad. She said they had just closed the doors, and she started crying she did this whole show.
That's like a movie.
It was crazy.
Yeah, that's a movie.
But she came to the rehearsals, she was nervous, but she was so good. It wasn't her moment right then because we were going into the formation tour and we were auditioning. It wasn't her moment then. But now, she's gotten the time and, she understands who she is. And she is, really, really killing it. And everybody is seeing her for what I saw, in her all those years ago. And I see that in so many people. And it's just, I be wanting to shake them. I want you to see it now. But I'm like, if I could just put you in the position so you can get a taste of what's out there, your time will come and you'll be able to really shine, for what I see in you.
I mean, just think about that. You launched her. You gave her start because you saw something. But here's what I want to ask you. It's such a competitive field. Right. So to not have a scarcity mindset of if I put this person on, then I'm not going to, if that person may take my spot. That's so powerful. It's so huge to not have that mindset to say, I'm going to help others to elevate themselves.
I have to.
Knowing
I feel
that it's not going to
nothing
take
away from me.
Exactly. A candle loses nothing by lighting another candle.
Nothing.
Right.
I really love that. I just feel like somebody gave me that opportunity. somebody saw something in me and put me in a position. And I just want to share that with other people because it is such a dog eat dog world. This is my job. I can't show nobody my freestyle because you can take my steps. Like, baby, if you're creative, you could do something else if I want to take a little something from it, if I want to throw a leg. Like, you should be great enough that if somebody is inspired by you, you can do the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. Because I'm a keep switching it up. I want people to see that, baby, the bag is full.
Right.
And let me let these tricks out.
Hey, family, when was the last time you got a chance to wear something meaningful? Whether it was today, last month, or never. I want you to understand that Ject Design has a message that will resonate with each of you. Each and every design is intended to inspire action while reminding us to wear art. You can mix metal with a flower and wear the Steel Rose collection. You can unleash your creative genius, or you can participate in our legacy with the Signature collection. Here's what I need you to do. Go visit their website and peruse the gallery. Make sure you put in Don't Quit 22 in the promo code so you can receive that 10% discount just for being a part of the We Won't Quit podcast family. Go out and check out Ject Design. You will not be disappointed.
That's how I feel. So right. I'm always, if I have if I'm in the position to help somebody else or just introduce somebody, I'm gonna always do that.
No, that's great.
Always.
That's great. No, it speaks volumes to who you are.
Thank you.
And that you continue to evolve. Because I can tell this isn't the height for you. I mean, I know it didn't just stop with Beyonce. I know you danced with other stars.
Yes. I've been blessed.
That's
truly
good. That's good. So contrast of dancing to being a mom, how do you intertwine that? Because I mean, I know your schedule has to be
crazy.
Yeah.
It's hard. I'm not going to sit here and say it's not hard. I'm exhausted, but I just want my son to know that women can have it all. I want him to see me have it all so that he's not putting limitations on his friends or whenever he gets a wife or a girlfriend, like, oh, you can't do this because da-da-da-da. No, baby, we can have it all. Because people thought I wasn't going to come back for Coachella. Oh, she's a mom. She's not going to want to dance anymore. And I did. I'm not going to lie. I did think like, oh, when I have a baby, it's just done. I'm going to retire. My mother was like, no, you're not. Because you're not done. You still have so much that you want to do, and I can't allow you to just cut yourself off because you're adding something to your plate. It's hard, though. It's hard.
It has to be.
Because I'm missing stuff. When it was early...
Do you feel like you miss a lot?
I do miss things.
I mean, you were at the performance today.
Though, right, so they send me stuff, but early on... It was easy. I was like, I don't really know him. He don't really know me. He's a baby. Anybody can hold him. I gave him the liquid gold. Like I did my part. So it was easy early on. But now that he's calling me,
right.
Mom, it's Wednesday. You said you'd be here Tuesday. He's sending voice notes and okay, Mom, I just really miss you and I love you so much. But he also understands Mommy has to work because it's what she loves and she has to pay the bills. He's like, Mom, we can't be broke. So you have to go to work. I'm like, yes, and you have to go to work. Go clean your room so you can make your little funds. But it's so beautiful. And he comes to work with me. He travels with me.
I was going to ask that because my Michaela, who's the oldest, traveled with me.
Yep.
Like when I would travel from 6 weeks old as well. And so I wanted her to get a chance to experience a lot of that.
Yep. The baby is outside.
So he understands who Mom is in the dance world, or
he understands.
He's 4 now, so he's kind of.
He understands that I dance. He doesn't really know who these people are.
Right.
Now, if it was Coco Melon.
Oh, yeah.
Or if I was with somebody like that, like Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, I would be lit. But because it's just like Beyonce, Megan, and it's like, who are those people? Mom just dances. He says that I go to work with my friends. That's what he says.
Hey, that's the ultimate goal.
That's what he tells me.
But isn't that the ultimate goal, to be able to work with people you want to work with,
that
do what you love to do?
Village.
And right. Yeah. Shout out to King for that. That's it. That's a bar right there.
I was happy. He told his teacher that.
To work with the people you love.
The question was, what does your mom do while you're at school? And he said, she goes to work with her friends.
That's what's up.
I said, that's really nice, King. I love that.
So you're raising them right.
Hey, I'm just here. The village is deep. They're doing a great job.
That's good.
I appreciate them.
That's important.
I couldn't do it without them.
Gotta have a support system.
Ooh, my mama, I give her anything she want. I'm like, girl, what you need today? What's for dinner? I send it to you, girl.
And I'm sure he loves that because he gets a chance to have.
Oh my God. And they're like this.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
Everybody, his dad, everybody's so supportive.
That's what's up. Yeah, gotta have the whole village.
Woo! Even when I take him with me though, like my friends watch him.
Really?
Yes, they keep him for me.
Oh, he's gonna have some great footage when he gets older.
And it's like his house. Like they buy him, like he has the little electric car, like a Jeep. They buy him floaties for the pool. Like he doesn't feel like he's not at home when he travels with me.
Do you want him to go into, or what do you see for him? Are you the mom that's thinking, like, I know as a father, I wanted Michaela to go into entrepreneurship because it was something that she saw, she lived, and had a lifestyle as a result of it. I knew right away that dance was something she would excel in as I watched her continue to get better and better and better. And so she minored in entrepreneurship.
Okay.
Maya, my almost 4-year-old, definitely mimics everything her sister does. So
the girls.
She could be a dancer too. But do you kind of see, even from today's performance, that
King is a sports guy.
My man.
Oh my gosh. Sports. Like on his TV, he only watches NFL and NBA.
Oh, he can hang with me. That's
all day. He has the app on his TV. He has to play the sound. And I didn't know this.
If we sit here any longer, it's going to chime on my phone.
He taught me that there's different sounds at every arena.
Right.
I didn't know that.
At 4, he knows that.
And he plays the sounds like from YouTube while he's like shooting.
Oh yeah.
Like he has like the other feet going. It's like like I didn't know that they each had their own sound.
Yeah, every brand, every network has their own little special.
I had no clue.
King turned you on. He put you on.
He did. And I have to sit there at the basketball games with his stuffed animals. He sets us up. And we're in the stands while he plays.
That's what's up.
So it's like he goes to the games. He understands. He knows every player on the Golden State Warriors.
Wow.
Every player.
So he's enjoying the playoffs right now.
He's heavy. They put on their him and his dad, like they put on their gear. They get ready in the living room. Like he's got his ball. They're shooting. I'm like, bro, okay, I see. I got to get my pom-poms ready because this is what we're doing.
So he's into sports.
He's into sports.
Because he gets to follow his dad. That's good. So do you see him, how far would you want him to take that? The same, would you want him to go and grow through some of the things you had to in order to achieve it? I know as a father, and I have girls, so there's certain things I'm like, I don't want them to have to go through this.
I do.
Right.
I want him to work through it. I want him to appreciate it. Because I feel like we went through stuff, and once we've obtained whatever it was what our goals were, like we really appreciate it. I feel like some people, when things are handed to them, they're entitled.
Yeah.
And for me, I experience a lot of entitlement, and I'd be like, ooh, baby, you're going to be hurt when this is over for you. Whereas I'm going to be like, okay, what's next? I did it. I made it, and we can give all the gems and the jewels and everything and help them along. But I really want King to like work through. I want him to get the drills. Like just because his godfather was in the NBA, I don't want him to be like, hey, bro, yeah, my godson's out here playing. You got any room on the roster? Like, I don't want that. I want him to try out. I want him to go to school. I want him to really work hard so that he really appreciates it.
Yeah, I think he will. It's competitive.
Yeah.
And having that foot in the door, though, having folks who can tell you, hey, don't do it this way like you did for the young lady, right? Turn back around, get off the plane. You got to get on this one.
Yeah.
So you got to have that.
Have the drills ready. Take him to the park. Yes, walk him through it. But make him work for it. Right. That's what I want.
So what were some of the hardest challenges or things you had to work for through this journey?
Woo! Just understanding that every no is not because of my talent. Sometimes I'm just not right for the job. It's not for me. And when I first started, colorism was a really big thing. There could only be one dark-skinned girl on the job. There could only be one black girl on the job, and she never looked like me.
Right.
Natural hair was not a thing back then. It was weaves, wigs. bodies, and I was very young and small coming into it. I was like fresh out of high school. So those were things I had to work through, and just understanding like I'm still beautiful even though I didn't get the job. My complexion is really, really gorgeous, as we can see now, because the girls are in the sun. Honestly, yeah, Black Girl Magic is such a huge movement now. I'm so happy about it. Beyonce having all those girls on the Formation tour that were all Black, I thought that was fire. I'm like, finally, something for us, something that we could appreciate. It hurt me for her to have received so much backlash from that, but to see us on the hugest platform of sports.
Yes. Yeah.
All Black women, Black Panthers out there. Like, ooh, that was fire. Yeah. I appreciated that. Because that was something I struggled with. And not knowing the right hair for myself. That was another huge challenge. Like, what do I do? Yeah.
Man, well, that's a whole extra layer into just your skill. Like, it's not just your skill. You have to. I remember my daughter telling me when she first went in to her first like college level ballet class, and these other girls that didn't look like her, they had been practicing or in training since they were 3, and just wearing nude tights. She was like,
they don't have that color for us.
Right.
We got to dip ours in coffee and hope. Like, we got to work at it. We got to wash it, dip it. And a lot of girls don't even know you're supposed to dip it in coffee.
Wow.
To find your right complexion, you got to work hard. Wow. It's interesting. They don't sell it in the store. Right. Well, now some companies do. Like, there's a couple companies that have like range, but it's still like it has range. Let's say that.
Okay. That's amazing.
It's really, we've come a long way. Yeah. A long way.
Do you feel like because you've been a part of that transformation, along with working with Beyonce, working with Meg, working with so many other artists, and being as good as you are, but being able to bring who you are out, do you feel like you've been a part of that change? Or can you even embrace that right now? Is it still like, I don't, or do you accept it? Like, no, I'm a part of it.
I think every brown woman, every Black girl is a part of it, because we do speak up. We're like, okay, that's not my complexion. I need this. Like, you go to these companies, people have been writing letters for years. It took a lot. And I do credit Beyonce a lot for adding and, putting us on a platform for people to see the many shades of brown beauty, just of beauty, period. So I guess I will be a little bit a part of it.
Having accomplished so much at such a young age, and I don't know if it's considered a young age in dance, because I know dance can have a limited, amount of time, or some say that, because I think we're breaking so many barriers, especially women of color.
Thank you.
Yeah, just killing it. So what do you see for yourself next?
It's
Didn't I tell you we're gonna hear that Sports Center go off?
There it goes.
Shout out to King. I told you. I did that for King. King, that was for you.
That was for you, son. That was telling me, like, girl, it's time. It's interesting because I've been discussing this with like my husband and my parents. Like, okay, what do you want to do? My husband feels like I should be a dance agent or like a manager. Like, okay, Dnay, you have all this knowledge. I hear you advising your agent on what to do and how you want and to negotiate this. Why you don't do this for other people? So he sees that from me.
You see the fan club back there waving their hands.
I know, they're like,
they know that's what you need to do, right?
So I'm considering that, but I'm in love with production. I'm in love with the other side. Like, I love the stage. I love the lights. So I'm also thinking about, do I want to be like on the production team? Do I want to be, a part of that? So I'm thinking I still have a couple months to decide, but I'm for sure going to be off the stage soon. For sure. I'm ready. I wasn't ready. I thought I was ready before, but I'm really ready now. Just because of the way my mind is working and the language, the conversations that I'm able to have, I believe I'm ready I'm cool with hanging up my dancing shoes on the stage and just keeping it in the streets.
Oh, so you're not hanging it up.
Not completely. Like, right. I'ma still be in the streets.
Doing your thing. Right.
I'ma still be
Got it.
Outside.
Okay. Do I get to get some moves, learn some little steps off the camera? Like, I can't.
I got you. Okay, I'm gonna teach you the biker shuffle.
Okay.
I got you.
Oh, yeah, the biker shuffle. I know that.
That's my favorite.
Got it. We got to do that. So I so appreciate you taking time.
Anytime.
To come.
Every time.
Got to bring it back.
All the time.
I'm going to have KK come next time as well.
Oh, so please let her ask the questions.
I was going to drill. I was going to be like, hey, I need some questions, but I didn't want her to know in advance that I was, sitting down.
Send the questions. Slide in my DMs. Oh, I'm going to send my number.
So call me. Yes, definitely. And you answer like all your DMs.
I do.
That's dangerous.
I talk to everybody because
you really do.
You know what I be thinking? I'm like, if people send me a DM and I don't answer and then they see me in the street, they're going to run up on me.
Right.
Maybe in a negative way.
Right.
So I be like, if I answer and I'm nice, when they see me in the street, they just go away from across the street and be like, oh my God, I spoke to her in the DMs.
Right.
So I be talking to everybody.
Right.
I be meeting a lot of cool people in my DMs.
Right.
It's very nice. Slide in my DMs, guys. Yes. Very nice.
Don't slide too far. You heard her say she's married. Don't slide. But you got questions, she got answers.
I do.
That's good. But no, it just speaks volumes to who you are. Like really being able to give back in that capacity. Because there's some little brown girl or little girl of color that's really looking and not expecting to get a response. And when they get a response from the one and only Dnay, they're like, my gosh, like, look, this is really her. Or they're thinking it's your publicist, or they're thinking it's, an intern or someone you have working with you, and it's actually you. That speaks volumes. So
it's really me.
It is really you. Really her. She's right here. So again, I so appreciate you. Can't wait to come back.
Yes.
And get a chance to sit down as you go into production. I see production for you.
You see production for me?
Let me tell you why, because I can see you light up when you talk about production. Like it's a passion.
Yes.
And I can see that's the next step. But I can see you doing whatever you put your mind, anything you decide to do.
Thank you.
Like you're going to succeed.
Thank you. Yes. I appreciate that.
Thank you so much. All right, family. This has been another episode of the We Won't Quit podcast. Make sure you go and follow Dnay, all right? Slide in her DMs, as she said, right? She'll let you know what's going on if you have questions. You can't help but be a huge fan of someone who embodies the quote, right? That the only way you can fail is to quit, but it's impossible to stop a man or woman who will not quit. We'll see you next time. Hey, family, did you know that the things you say to yourself about yourself would eventually determine who you attract and even what you attract for ourselves? You want to know where I learned that? I learned that from listening to the Self-Talk Experience podcast. Look, I'm excited because some of my mentors, Darnell and Tracy Self, have started a podcast that is exploding simply because they're shifting the way people think. I've been blessed to know this couple for about 25 years, and there's no way I would have went from mailman to millionaire if it wasn't for this couple. Look, I've watched them personally help dozens of individuals earn a 7-figure income, but I've also watched them help thousands of people shift the way they think inside of their family, inside of their marriage, inside of their household, inside of their job, inside of their career, and change lives. And now, for free, you get a chance to experience what many have paid tens of thousands of dollars to experience. Go watch the Self-Talk Experience podcast. I promise you, your life will never be the same.